Boom. Black Goose TV family, yo. Salute to the people, man. What's good? I know this is unexpected. It's unexpected for myself too. But man, I had to do something. The type of day I was having, I was thinking, man, what can I do on right now? You know what I'm saying? Get the mind right, really talk, let things fluid. And I'm like, man, I remember back in the day, I used to be on the Fluence boxing heavy. And as y'all know, we got a great, you know what I'm saying? We got a great card coming on tomorrow. So I was like, might as well just revamp up Fluence Boxing now. This is episode 1. I'm not saying I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm not saying it's gonna be every Friday. This is most likely gonna be, whenever I really want to get into the Fluence Boxing type of lifestyle. But as of now, you know what I'm saying, we got episode 1 happening. So excuse me. So first and foremost, as always, man, if y'all hop up in here, I need y'all to hit that like button, man. Y'all got to get me in the algorithm, man. Especially with this being the first episode, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to see how this does, if it's even going to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? And you know your boys never expect much. So real quick, let me do a mic check. Let me see how it sounds. Also, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we out here, baby. Let me see how this joint sounds. Let me see if we on the solid side of the game. You know what I'm saying? You know? Oh, it sounded good, man. I'm not disappointed. Let me do a mic check. Let me see how it sounds. Also, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel. It sounded real good, man. So the mic sounding good. Everything sounding good. So salute to the people, man. Excuse the background. I know the background's looking a little messy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean for none of that. I didn't mean for that to actually be that way. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I'm moving things around. I'm getting some things adjusted. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna talk about it, baby. We gonna get up in it. So once again, man, hit the like button if y'all come up here, subscribe. Fluence Boxing, man, we revamping it. This is episode 1, man. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna be every weekend. I don't know if it's gonna be every Friday. It's maybe every other Friday, maybe every other Friday. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna bring them back when it's necessary. So salute to that. Also, too, if y'all ain't checked it out, y'all know, man, Black Goose Friday dropped today. We just released the song. You know what I'm saying? State. Go listen to that, man. Salute to that. That song is dope. Make sure y'all go enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? Hit that play button. Hit over and over. I told you, man, we bring you content. And, you know what I'm saying? With the content that we're going to be bringing, we're going to be revamping it. We're going to be making it a little bit more special than what it was. So I'm not going to be long with it, coming with interests. But, you know what I'm saying? If y'all come up in here, make sure y'all want to make sure y'all informed. Man, we getting back into it. Man, I remember Fluence Boxing used to be popping. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to kind of get back into that element. And, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure it's fly like that. Y'all know what I'm saying. So I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that shit coming from my mic. Yeah, it definitely is. So salute to that. Anyway, so we're gonna roll it up. This is episode 1. We're gonna have a little kinks in it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little test runs. We're gonna be trying out some new things, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do the best we can, and then we're gonna roll from there. But y'all see the title, man. We talking about, you know, what's going on tomorrow, man. We got Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. The whole card is actually fire, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm very excited for that. That's gonna be in the midday. By the way, update. I know y'all really don't care, but the knee. I had a setback with the knee. I don't know what happened, man, or with the hamstring. I don't know what happened. I had a setback, man. I had to take a couple of days off. But today, right now, this is the best I felt for the most part. But I'm not gonna push it. But tomorrow I might do a little something, but I'm not gonna push nothing. I'm not gonna touch my leg and nothing. But we'll see, man. I may need to take another day off. But salute to people. But what we here for, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about Oleksandr Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. You feel me? So we also going to talk about Ortega versus Volkanovski, just like the whole card. We're going to kind of just go through that real quick. I'm just going to do predictions for that in a sense, and my picks for that, because you know we're going to be watching that too, because that's going to be later in the day. And I'm not really even going to be sure when I'm going to start watching that, but because you know Joshua versus Usyk is at a way different time than Ortega versus Volkanovski. But we're going to get into that. But salute to the people, man. Salute to anybody who's going to come up in here, man. Once again, give me an algorithm, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Salute to the people, man. But who's finna? What do I expect to see when it comes to the Joshua and Usyk fight? Is there going to be anything? Also, note too, when it comes to Fluence Box, remember when it came to Fluence Box, we also always broke big news. Always broke big news. Always talk numbers. That's going to come back too. It's not always going to be previewing. We're going to be talking big fights because boxing is dead at some time. So, what I'm saying, we're going to talk big numbers and things like that. We're going to be bringing the analytics into it. That's what we do here. But for the day, for episode 1, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to talk about what's happening tomorrow with Joshua versus Usyk. A couple of comments that came from Joshua's side that was pretty interesting, at least when it comes to my opinion. And everything's a work in progress. And y'all just, hang with me. We're going to do the best we can. You feel me? So let's do this. Do I expect this to be a boring fight? Do I expect this to be an exciting fight? Do I expect this to be a close fight? What does that even mean? That's very simplistic terms when you're talking about watching a boxing fight if you're not really breaking down and understanding what's going on in the actual fight and understanding the movements and what you're seeing. So before I even share anything, I do want to share this. Let's show what Tyson Fury in a sense was talking about, okay? So this is Fury's speculation when he's looking at this particular fight. And I think this fight is going to be a lot more interesting than people think. You know what I'm saying? If we talk about a matchup, a boxer's matchup, when we watch Joshua has been in maybe 2 to 3 boxing matchups as in when it comes to, and that's a simplistic terms, when it comes to the footwork, when it comes to having to focus, be aware of traps being set, having to avoid certain distances and range. I wouldn't necessarily say Ruiz was one. I think that was an instance where he was maybe, in my opinion, Ruiz, and you can't really say underestimated because Ruiz is a challenge to Joshua and always will be because of the stylistic matchup. But in that particular fight, you can see also that Joshua, he has trouble when you have someone coming forward being able to crowd him. But see, that wasn't even necessarily the way Ruiz came forward. It wasn't even calculated the same way that Usyk would do it. Right? So if we look at this as Fury, if AJ doesn't get Usyk out of there early, I see it being a tough night, maybe stoppage loss. Loss. I said loss. So, and just remember this too, Joshua picked Wilder to beat Fury in the second fight. So remember that. This may be just a comeback. Like, I'm going to say this particular thing about what you say, and that's it. So Tyson Fury definitely doesn't want Anthony Joshua to lose to Oleksandr Usyk on Saturday night. But still, even with all that coming, Fury said, I really don't know much of it. These guys are my rivals, so I expect them to want to beat me. Of course, I'm a one-man army. They all want to beat me. I'm only an undefeated champion, so it's like, oh, gang up on me. He's got to win his own fight. Hold on a second, y'all. Got a little sun coming down. Got a little too much action on my thing, but okay, so he's got to win his own fight, and we'll see what happens with his fight on Saturday. But that's not even the even really the what I really want to touch on, or what I really want to speak on. Really is those part. It is right here. This is what I want to touch on. I expect AJ to come out to try boxing a bit because of his new way he boxes now when he uses jab. Now, if Fury sees this, anyone who follows AJ should see this. AJ has changed his boxing style since the Ruiz loss. Now, he hasn't changed his boxing style to the sense of it's something we have never seen before, but in more sense, I feel like he's leaned to a different boxing style, if that makes sense. Because even before the Ruiz fight, we saw glimpses of the Joshua that Fury's talking about now when he fought Joseph Parker, which we're going to get into. And that was before the Ruiz fight. But you can see when AJ wasn't as comfortable fighting that way. If you saw the way he fought against Ruiz the second time, he looks a lot more comfortable, especially when you saw him against Pulev. He looks a lot more comfortable. He's leaning more into the I'm gonna use my length. I'm gonna use my footwork, my agility, my athleticism, and I'm gonna use my IQ to outbox you. There's no reason for me to try and always look for the knockout, put myself in harm's way, because I am in the heavyweight division. So, and he knows he doesn't have the stamina to take a fight to somebody under sustained pressure and keep that up, because he gasses out after about 3 rounds. Then he needs to take 3 or 4 rounds off. So he won't be able to do that against Usyk, because Usyk will be on him all the time, making him fight. I agree with that. But like some people are saying, Usyk has came in at his heaviest weight at 221. But what a lot of people also are not talking about is the factor that he took time to put the weight on. It's not like he just put that 220. He came in at the heaviest weight, and it was just a year from the last time he fought at cruiserweight. It's been a while. He's been at heavyweight for a little bit now, almost about 4 years. I think maybe 3. So I think this weight, I think this is good weight on him. It looks like good weight on him. He doesn't look like fat, doesn't look like too much muscle. It looks like good weight. It looks natural. Looks exactly where he should be. So I think it's gonna be good. But so he says, okay, so he doesn't have the stamina to take a fight to somebody under the same pressure and keep that up, because he gasses after about 3 rounds. Then he needs to take 3 or 4 rounds off. So he won't be able to do that against Usyk. Oh, yeah, okay. So I expect it to be awkward, maybe a bit of a chess match. Expect AD to run out of ideas, really. If he doesn't land on him early and get him out of there with big punches, then I see it being a tough night for AJ. Maybe even a stoppage loss. Okay. So him saying it being possibly a stoppage loss, that's a bold claim, because we haven't really seen necessarily if Usyk has that type of power. Usyk wasn't able to stop Chisora. Chisora was on Usyk, right? Usyk didn't stop Joe Joyce, right? And that was when Joe Joyce was green. So I think that's high hopes, in my opinion. That's very high hopes. So let's come over here real quick. We're gonna so to me, when you see that, Fury is thinking the same thing a lot of people are thinking, are very interested in to see when it comes to this matchup, right? Is a lot of people assume or consider Usyk is the better boxer than Joshua. How is he the better boxer than Joshua? What can he do to make Joshua struggle? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to show some things, because, you know what I'm saying, we have some examples that might be able to give us some ideas. All right. We have Joe Joyce versus Usyk. We're going to get into that. I know Joe Joyce isn't Anthony Joshua, but we have a similar body type. That's the best we can do. And then we can also look at real quick Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker. I know Joseph Parker isn't Usyk, obviously, but Joseph Parker is somewhat similar to Usyk when it comes to fighting behind a jab, also using ring control, using his footwork, also using certain feints and trying to stay on the outside with his movement. Also, obviously, the biggest difference between Usyk and Joseph Parker is Usyk's gas tank is on another level. Not only that, his footwork is on another level. His angle is on another level. He's able to set traps much better than Joseph Parker. So that's something that Anthony Joshua is going to have to look out for. When he fought Klitschko, Anthony Joshua fell into some of those traps, right? You can even say, as much as people want to probably say Ruiz was lucky, you can say that he fell into the trap of Ruiz. So Anthony Joshua was known to fall in some traps and getting caught. Does Usyk have enough power, to put, Anthony Joshua in a bad position? That's the question. That's what we got to be interested in. So let's look at this real quick. So this is when Usyk fought Joe Joyce way, 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 way back in the day. Okay,
From Southwest London has travelled
look
to
at
the
this.
East End tonight. Can Joe Joyce settle the nerves? 1 minute.
So I'm gonna turn that off right there. But look at that. So I know obviously Anthony Joshua is not Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is not Anthony Joshua. Obviously, this at this point in time, Usyk was much more seasoned than Joe Joyce as well. Joe Joyce was much more green. Like, some would say he's a much better fighter now. Joe Joyce was calling for the Usyk fight when Anthony Joshua was supposed to fight Tyson Fury. It ended up not happening, and now it's this is the case. But if you watch this fight, you can tell for someone like Joe Joyce, Usyk is having a lot of trouble getting on the inside in the beginning of the rounds. But of course, it takes time. You can see he's having trouble with his length. You see? Joe Joyce is able to back him up. You can see Usyk's getting hit, but he's still using his angles. And what we see, if you guys have never seen this fight before, I think you guys just go check this out if you want to have a understanding or maybe think of it, uh, what might be a good example of what you think this fight might end up being. Go check that out. Usyk had he had a little bit of trouble trying to figure Joe Joyce out in that fight. And if you haven't seen that fight, go watch it. I'm telling you, that was a tough fight for Usyk. He won. I thought in the later rounds, I thought Joe Joyce gassed out a little bit. I thought he got a little bit he way too flat footed. He couldn't really figure out the angles, and Usyk ended up winning. But a lot of people would say Anthony Joshua is levels above Joe Joyce. Me personally, you ask me personally, I don't know if I believe it. I don't know. So, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? I'm saying that this is going to be a close fight, okay? So let's look at it. Because tomorrow we got Fluence. We got Fluence Lounge all day. So let's look at it. Here we go, baby. Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr, the Usyk at the fight card. Tomorrow. Now, remember, your boy is in the States. So real quick, the main event is sometime around 4 p.m. my time Central. So I got to make sure I get my workout in sometime before that. You know what I'm saying? Before we do Fluence Lounge. So make sure y'all hop in for Fluence Lounge for that. I know y'all gonna be there because y'all always show up. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all there for that. Once again, make sure y'all go check out that Black Goose Friday. You know what I'm saying? Heat all day. But here go the fight card right here. Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk all day. Campbell Hatton versus Sonny Martinez. I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I won't be watching that one. I'm going to be 100 with you. I'm going to let that one pass. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. I don't like to be disrespectful. I respect everybody who's going up in the ring doing what they do. But I'm definitely not watching that one. You know what I'm saying? Maxim Padan versus Flooding in my queue. Now I'm debating because you know what I'm saying the next fight is Colum Smith, you know what I'm saying, versus Costello. But Colum Smith, sometimes he can be exciting, sometimes he can't be. Like I'm definitely watching Okoli versus Dylan Przovic. That's a crazy fight. I'm definitely watching that. There's no way I'm not gonna watch that. So I got to figure out. I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna start watching it. Do I want to watch it from, the Prodan versus Florian fight, which I think is gonna be crazy, or do I want to start watching it from the Smith Castillo fight? I guess it all depends on what I'm doing at that time. If I'm just already watching the fights, I'm just gonna go ahead and go live. If I'm not, but I probably will be because I don't plan to be doing much. You know what I'm saying? I gotta rest this leg. You heard me? So make sure y'all join me, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be. I'm hoping it's gonna be a good card. It looks good, man. From the matchups, I'm really excited for that co-main event. Coley, man, he's really been impressing me. And just who he's fighting, I never heard of him, but the record looks astounding. So I know it's gonna be a good fight. I'm with it. And I'm telling you right now, my leg is hurting. Not crazy, crazy, but enough to make me want to readjust my whole entire seat. You know what I'm saying? God dang. I don't even want to let that thing fly like that, boy. Hold on a second, yo. All right, back with it. I'm back with it. Look, I'm not gonna be long winded and on the first Fluence Lounge. Well, who know, man? It's crazy to me, man. I ordered me some DoorDash, man, and dude ran off on my order. Isn't that crazy? Why would dude just run off with my order? It don't make no sense. It's Friday, man. Isn't that the ultimate disrespect for someone to do something like that? They just be like, man, fuck you. I'm gonna run off with your shit. All right, my bad. All right, so we back to it, baby. I salute everybody. I salute to the people, man. Fluence Boxing, man. First edition of the whole entire joint. I know y'all like, man, he gotta figure it out. He gotta put everything in place. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it. You know what we do all day, all day. So, like I said, man, I'm really excited for this card. Y'all know Fluence Lounge. We're gonna be back. We're gonna be here tomorrow just to watch this joint. I'm ready for it once again. Like I said, if y'all want to have some type of idea, and what time I'm gonna be going live at? Let me see. If the main event is at 4, I'll probably be going live like 3 Central. 3 Central. You know what I'm saying? 3 Central. So make sure y'all join me, Fluence Lounge, tomorrow around probably somewhere around like 2:30, 3 Central. So we're gonna be getting it. We're gonna go live for that whole card. Take a break, get off that joint, and then after that, we're gonna go back live for the Ortega Volkanovsky card, which I'm gonna be talking about as well. We're not gonna go crazy deep into it, but we're gonna talk about it. You hear me? But am I gonna make my prediction? I'm not gonna make my prediction. I don't do predictions before the fight. I don't do the predictions until the actual fight come. But what we want to be on right now, the AJ Usyk fight. Look, on everything. Y'all gotta understand. AJ is going to AJ is going to have some trouble with Usyk. Okay, let's just be real. He's going to have trouble, and I think Usyk is going to have trouble with AJ. Okay, that's just being real. What are you saying, Fluence? You're saying the same thing everybody say. Look, what I'm saying is this fight is going to lead down more to AJ being able to fight on the outside, stay on the outside, and continue to be on the outside, like we saw him do against Joseph Parker, like we saw him do against Andy Ruiz, people that we thought were dangerous opponents, but he was able to utilize his length and his understanding of his jab to be able to stand. He's not going to be able to do that against Usyk. Usyk's going to be able to cut that off. Usyk's going to be able to set a trap off that jab that Joshua is throwing, thinking that he's safe, and then use that to cut the distance off and maybe counter to the body, and then be able to step in and then come over the top. I'm telling you. And Joshua's going to have to be able to react off that. Right, but we're also going to see Usyk have to adjust to Joshua's power, because he's going to get hit with some shots. He got hit by Chisora. He got hit by that the first guy he fought at heavyweight. I can't remember that brother's name. Excuse me, man. I'm sorry. But salute to you. He got hit by Tony Bellew. That's one thing people don't talk about with Usyk. Usyk gets hit. But to this extent, this far, he hasn't got hit and got hurt. But Joshua, that boy, he can hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen when Usyk gets hit. We'll be able to stay on his game plan. But also, people would argue that Joe Joyce can hit. Do I got to bring it up again? Put the rocket everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Someone say Joe Joyce could hit. Beautiful footwork right there. But look at Joe. Joe is landing big shots, man. And Joe has knocked out some of the. Look at that. Joe has knocked out some of the biggest guys in the heavyweight division. You have to respect what Joe has done. Look. So I don't want to show too much of that, but you know what I'm saying? We've seen that he can crack. He can take a hit too. Usyk, he can stand there with some big boys and he can take a hit. Joe Joyce has dynamite in his hand. Some would say he might hit harder than AJ. But we're going to see. Especially with this new style that AJ is now adapted to and utilizing, is going to take away some of the power on his punches. When you watch him against Pulev, he was very calculated in the beginning of the round. Later on, as Pulev got sloppier, AJ resorted back to old AJ, started putting the pressure on him, started to put the hands on him. He started to push forward, and he started to swing, and he started to put the power and sit down on his punches. He wasn't doing that in the beginning. He set that up. He's not going to be able to set that up with Usyk. Usyk will be looking for the setup after the setup. What does that mean? Joshua will do a setup, then Usyk will do a setup, and then we'll go back and forth. Pulev doesn't fight that way. Pulev always been a guy where he has about 1 or 2 tricks in his bag. It is what it is. And that's no disrespect to Pulev. So I'm like, if you really want to have an idea of what you might see tomorrow, watch Usyk versus Joe Joyce. Okay. The most closest thing that you will want to find to what be similar to what Joshua's fought against Usyk would be Parker. But that would be different. That would be completely different. We got Young Zen in the building. What's up? Salute to you, Zen. He said he got AJ in the building. Yeah, AJ. Why would that be a choice, man? Why would you feel that way? For me, I'm not picking yet. I'm not gonna pick till tomorrow. I just think it's gonna be hard, man. I just gonna be this hard once again. Let me roll to it. Look. Fury said it himself. I'm not a betting man, so I don't really bet. But I think it's a pick 'em fight. Whoever you like to pick on the night maybe would win. But I can make a lot of reasons why AJ would lose the fight and Usyk would win. That's what Fury's saying. One, he's a big southpaw. He's awkward. He's a slick boxer. I think he punches harder than people give him credit for. But it's not how hard punch. You just got to keep hitting the target. And sooner or later, the big bodybuilder will fall apart at the seams like an old, cheap cushion. That's what Fury said. Zen said AJ has been in wars. He's more battle tested. Well, I don't know, man. That's a little bit disrespectful because Usyk has been fighting much longer than AJ. Has a much more extensive amateur career, Olympic career. He actually used to fight at heavyweight before he fought at cruiserweight. I don't know if you saw it, but I'll go ahead and throw it up one time for the one time. This is Usyk fighting Joe Joyce way, way back in the days. A young, fresh Joe Joyce and a young, fresh Usyk fighting way back in the day. And we know Joe Joyce is as big as they come when it comes to the heavyweight side of the game. So all I'm saying is, it seems to me that Usyk is much more battle tested than Joshua. He's an absolutely better boxer than Joshua. But Joshua does have God on his side. What does that mean? He has God on his side. Physically gifted. He has a length on his side when it comes to the reach. He's stronger. I think he punches much harder, weighs more naturally. He's a natural heavyweight, and all those things are going to be benefits on his side. Those are natural things that he's been blessed with. God is on his side for this fight. But Usyk can definitely outbox AJ. That's just my opinion. We saw Joseph Parker give him a little bit of trouble, not much, but just a little bit. And Joseph Parker is nowhere on the level of Usyk when it comes to footwork and setting traps and trying to do new things, to trying to put his opponent in a position where he's uncomfortable and doesn't know what to do. So, and yeah, I agree with you. I'm not going against anything. Like I said, I'm not picking until tomorrow. Fluence Lounge, y'all better go check it out. Make sure y'all go check out Black Goose Fridays as well. We hitting. But I'm not going to get you. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that can point to possibly Usyk having a successful, having a successful night. Like I feel like there's a lot more people picking Usyk than you'd be surprised. I think it's a lot closer than a lot of people, will be surprised. But also, I think Fury is saying that too, also because Fury's also saying that because Joshua picked Wilder to beat Fury in the second fight. So, yeah, exactly, right there. You said, you put it right in. I think it's just all hype. That's all it is. So, I'm definitely not finna pick nobody yet. Yeah. Everything is set up. Everything is set up. I think Joshua definitely has the best chance to win. I'm not picking him, but I also think Usyk can surprise a lot of people. Just because Usyk has been there, done that, and he's a beast. I definitely, if I could say it, if it wasn't for my damn leg, man. Oh, see, I can't be. Hold up. See, I can't be sitting in this chair doing this shit. This shit's hurting my leg, but also I gotta get my leg checked out. I got to. It's gotten worse. But we're gonna be here tomorrow for facts. all day. But I can't say before we get out of here. By the way, hey, you want to know something that's real disrespectful? Zen, man, I ordered some DoorDash. Dude ran away with my food, man. Yeah, man, he just ran away with my food, man. I was like, man, it's disrespectful, bro. So I'm trying to debate if I want to reorder or if I should just be like, nah, man, you ran away. Like, I don't even know what to do right now, man. I know y'all probably don't care. I know y'all don't care, but he ran away with my food, man. Like, no, bro, he ran away. Like, bro, he just went the opposite direction. I'm over here. I'm looking at the order. I'm like, he's going the opposite direction. I'm telling the agent, I'm like, yo, he's not coming with with the food. The dude's gonna be like, yo, be patient. Like, bro, I'm looking at the map. Like, he's going the opposite way. What are you talking about? It was crazy to me. But I had to take that L, man. I had to take that L. But I'm trying to see. Bro, that's why DoorDash, man, DoorDash out here sometimes be tripping, bro. I don't even know. But see, that's what I'm finna do. Yeah, bro. It really was. Yeah. It was. It was. An Asian dude, man. An Asian dude. It was because he got fired from work, man. He was upset. See, that's what happens when you don't make sure your employees are happy, man. No, I'm just playing. That's not funny. But yeah, man, it was rough, bro. I don't even know. I wasn't there. But the report is bad, dude. Dude got fired. He was upset. You know what I'm saying? When it had something crazy, went to the top of the roof, went wild, wild with it. Went wild, wild with it. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dang, bro. Big mad. He was mad, unhappy. I wonder what he got fired for. That's the question, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you get fired for? That's what I'd be interested in knowing. Real quick, I'm gonna show this right here. Right here. Salute to you, you know what I'm saying? Being in the chat. Salute to you, bruh. Bruh, how you been, man? How you doing, dog? I know you probably whipping still, man. But how it is, man? You got a good weekend coming on. You going to the right spot for a good weekend. Am I telling you gonna be on the MMA side of the game out there? Because you know what type of, you know what I'm about to pull up is happening out there right now, baby. Bah! My bad. Better bow it down. Yo, fire card tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. You can't be mad at it. It's all love. Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here, man, doing the best I can, you know what I'm saying? Moving, grooving. The busier I am, the better I am. So that's all I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to just get shit moving. And that's it. And that's all I can do to speak on that. How my leg? My leg is worse. My leg is worse. So that's not good to report on. So I'm probably gonna have to get it checked out, man. My leg is not in a good position. So we're gonna roll out of it. We're gonna keep going and hoping for the best. It's not in the worst. It's not in the worst place, but it's not in a good place. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So We out here, man. But I can't be mad because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, there's just too much goodness happening. Like right now, I got to stretch my leg out, man. I stretch that thing out. Stretch, stretch. I'm excited for tomorrow. The only thing I'm not excited for is how late it starts. It starts at 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna get a workout in, and I'm also gonna get in a nap. I'm not gonna be mad at that. So that's me being 100. And I have it here because this is really where I'm probably gonna be watching it from. I'm like the Dan Hooker versus the Nashrat Hakapasats. Excuse me for butchering your name, young brother. That fight is going to be fire. I'm telling you right now. That fight's gonna be fire, man. My bad. That fight is gonna be fire. A lot of people they always talking about Gastelum and with that brother. My bad. I'm gonna show that. I'm gonna show that comment actually in a minute. But they're always talking about a lookalike Gastelum with Najrod and this and that. If you ever actually saw his fight, his striking is beautiful. His precision is beautiful. So real quick, I do want to address that comment. I think Joshua figures out Usyk from Zen and gets it done. So you got to salute to Zen for that prediction for the fight when it comes to Joshua versus Usyk. He does believe that Joshua is going to be able to figure out Usyk. He does not think Usyk is going to be a better boxer, be able to do what he's supposed to do to win. And I salute Zen, and I appreciate you for that prediction. But real quick, I do want to go ahead and break down this card when it comes to MMA side of the game before I get up out of here because I don't want to be too long-winded. Even though I'm having a good time, man. It's good that, like I said, I don't know how often I'm going to do Fluence boxing, but I just feel like tonight was a good night, so we're here for it. Dan Hooker versus Nasrat. Excuse me, I'm butchering the last name. Like I said, Nasrat. A lot of people want to joke. Oh, he looks like good style, all this type of stuff. If you've seen this fight, that boy's striking is beautiful. Hooker's going to have a trouble with Nasrat striking, but Nasrat's going to have trouble with Hooker's toughness. That's the thing. Nasrat is one of those guys who has a problem where his striking is so beautiful that when it gets grimy, it looks, you know what I'm saying? He can't really keep the technique. When on Hooker on the other time, his technique is flawless even when it gets grimy, even though, you know, you've seen him lost some crazy fights. So that's gonna be a tough fight for Nasrat. But I think early is gonna be a tough fight for Hooker. So just remember me saying that, okay? Tough fight for Nasrat in the long run, but it's only a 3-round fight, so it's gonna be a tough fight. That's gonna be a beautiful fight. Can't wait. I'm definitely gonna be watching at that point. Excuse me, my bad. I'm definitely gonna be watching at that point. So who I got winning that fight? We're gonna talk about it, you know, tomorrow during Fluence on. So make sure y'all hop with me. You know what I'm saying? Marias versus Marab. That's a fight, in my opinion, that's gonna be hard for me to be able to really. You know, I lean toward Marias on this fight simply because Marab, you know what I'm saying, his striking is look suspect at times, but the way he's able to put together a striking with his takedown can be very dangerous at times. But Marias, I just think his distance management, his striking, I think he's just on another level. If the right Marias shows up, he's on another level. But if the Marias that, you know, sometimes that pops out, comes out, Marab has a chance of being able to keep him on the ground, wrestle him, and put his control down on him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good fight, but like you said, he's got God on his side. Joshua knows how to keep you at the end of his jab. Yeah, sometimes athleticism is hard to get by, or excuse me, not even athleticism, just, you know, God gifted ability, especially when you know how to, you know, put it all together. When it comes to Joshua, man, he got the jab, he got the reach, he knows how to use the reach, he has the footwork. You know what I'm saying? He has the cardio, despite what people might want to say, he has the power. Usyk has a lot more to figure out than Joshua, but Usyk has been doing it a lot longer, so maybe Usyk feels like Joshua has a lot more to figure out. If you want to talk about traps, you know what I'm saying? So you do have to keep that in mind. That's definitely a thought that's heavy in consideration. Andrade versus Cavillo. That one I'm probably gonna check out for a little bit while they're watching it. I'm not too interested. I think Andrade most likely will manhandle Cavillo. I think Andrade is too powerful. We're gonna move on. Blades versus Rosenstruck. I didn't even know this fight was on the card. I had no idea this fight was on the card. This actually surprised me. When I was watching the weigh-ins, I was like, okay, we got a little something happening. We got a little something happening. Before I even go into that, let me see what my DoorDash. You got I reordered. Okay, don't do this shit. Don't do this shit. Don't do this shit. Hold on. But yeah, Blades versus Rosenstruck. I didn't even know that was on the card. I think this is another tough. Like from what we've seen from Blades, Blades is who Blades is. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to just see all of a sudden Blades as a better an evolved striker or an evolved fighter. You know, he's not very good at mixing one and two together. He's either striking or he's either going for the takedown. And that's dangerous. Rosenstruck's an underdog? See, if I was a betting man, and I don't like to tell nobody how to bet, I might have to put a little something on Rosenstruck because what they're thinking is that Rosenstruck doesn't have that one punch knockout power to actually hurt Blades. That's the thought process. So they're thinking Blades is going to be able to walk through a couple shots. He's going to be able to, for at least 3 rounds, he's going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, take Rosenstruck down and you know, possibly finish him off the back or at least be able to lay and pray. Or, you know what I'm saying, be able to put damage on him throughout 3 rounds. That's a high possibility, but just what I've seen from Blades, him fighting Rosenstruck, I think if Rosenstruck has the right game plan, I think he can finish. I think he can hit him with the right shot and he can hurt Blades. But what I can do about these fights without actually predicting them, which fights I think is going to be exciting. Hooker versus Nasrat, that's going to be a banger. That fight's going to be crazy. Only lost to Francis Ngannou, and he lost to Gone, and it was boring. But Rosenstruck has some boring. Rosenstruck will wait it out. Rosenstruck will wait it out. So that's a possibility. And yeah, Derek Lewis knocked out Blades. Ngannou knocked out Blades as well twice. We'll see if Rosenstruck is on Lewis's or Ngannou's level. But this is what I can do. Hooker versus Nasrat. Is it going to be an exciting fight? Yes. You can expect that to be an exciting fight. Marlon Moraes versus Merab Dvalishvili. Is that going to be a good fight? Yes. That's going to be a good fight. Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo. Is that going to be a good fight? Surprisingly, yes. That's going to be a good fight. Blades versus Rosenstruck. Is that going to be a good fight? I don't know. It can go either or. That can go a very boring fight, or that can go a very entertaining fight. That's a hard one really to pick. That's a hard one really to say. Since that Blade's gonna bring the fight, and that's Rosenstruck's game. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what he wants. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate misunderstanding of Blade being so young in the striking game that sometimes in order to enforce your ability with striking doesn't always mean that you're coming forward. But he'll come forward throwing, leaving himself open, similar to what happened with Derek Lewis. Seemed like he was being successful in exchanges, but the success he thought he was having made him open to that uppercut because he felt like he was, Lewis was so caught off guard from the success of his striking, he could just do a naked takedown like that, and he got caught. But like I said, Blades versus Rosenstruck can, it can either be an exciting fight or that it can be not. Like that's the one fight when it comes to, this point of the card. Obviously, I'm not showing the whole preliminaries, but this is going to be the point of when I'm going to be watching for Fluence tomorrow, Fluence Lounge tomorrow. But from this point of the card, like what I think is going to be an exciting fight, I really do think those first 3 fights are going to be exciting. But I think when it gets to when it gets to Blades versus Rosenstruck, it might not be an exciting fight. And Rosenstruck got great takedown defense. Rosenstruck has amazing takedown defense. But Blades is supposed to be the elites of the heavyweights when it comes to takedown. So we're going to see Rosenstruck hasn't fought anyone with the takedown ability of Blades, a lot of people would say. So we're really going to find out where Rosenstruck is the same way Blades is. Is Blades a glorified gatekeeper? Is he a little bit below that? It's going to be an interesting fight. I think there's a lot on the line when it comes to that particular fight. But that's the only fight, like I said, I think it's going to be up and down. Like now, Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler 2. I feel like that's something I should have I should have probably put up. Let me see if I have something for you guys for Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. I think I got something for you. So that's old. I want more recent. Yeah, this is more recent. I know this is it's a short clip. It doesn't really mean anything. And I know you're gonna be like, why you showing this? But you know, that's my guy, Nick Diaz. How does he look to y'all? This is also what I'm gonna do. Because I know he posted a clip on his Instagram. I know he posted a clip on his Instagram. Let me see. I want to find that one for y'all. Cause I'm like, look, we just saw Evander Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort. And no way am I saying Nick Diaz is on the level of Evander Holyfield. Obviously, he's much younger than he is. That's obvious, right? Okay, here it is. I was about to say, I was like, did he take it down? All right, so this is the clip I think a lot of people are a little bit worried about. Facts, man. I'm starting to learn it and all that stuff. So when we do our podcast, then we can start implementing all this stuff and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I might as well on Fluence boxing. You know what I'm saying? Since I don't know when I'm gonna be doing this, it's gonna be random, spontaneous. I'm like, I might as well try and figure this shit out now. And then I'm like, for our features, we're gonna be able to do stuff like this. Add a little extra to it. But this is supposedly what a lot of people are a little bit worried about. Is this shadow boxing clip from Nick? What do you guys think? Huh? Would you say there's anything to worry? Oh, that was loud. That was loud, man. My bad, yeah. That was my phone. But what do y'all think? You think that's anything to be worried about when it comes to the Nick Diaz side of the game? Remember, it started at 170 pounds. They changed it randomly to 185. Oh man, DoorDash done it again. I gotta do something. But okay, but they say they changed it to 185. My bad, y'all. I don't mean to get off track. They changed it to 185. We see Nick Diaz. We seen him. We seen him with the shadow boxing. The shadow boxing was crazy. I want to say it looks bad. I don't know if I'm tripping. What do y'all think? How y'all think it looks? Because I'm like, we've seen Evander Holyfield, man. We've seen Chuck Liddell. Do you think Nick Diaz is something to worry about, or you think even after the 5-year layoff he's been on, 6-year layoff possibility, this is something we should worry about? Because let's bring it back up. He's fighting Robbie Lawler. Hold up. I know y'all I'm getting a little distracted. I gotta get a refund for something real quick. All right, put it in. But he's fighting Robbie Lawler, man. I know Robbie Lawler, and not only that, look at this right here. This is the biggest thing that's crazy to me, man. Look at that. Hold on. Let me highlight that. Look at that. Is a 5-round fight. So how do you go from it being a 170 fight, a 170 round fight, excuse me, a 170 pound fight to a 185 pound fight? Something happened in the midst, in between all of this happened, and now all of a sudden you're saying that we're still going to keep it at 5 rounds for a guy when we were showing. Do I got to do it? Do I got to do it? And y'all know I'm loving the features right now. This. It doesn't make any sense to me. Should we be worried, people? Talk to me. I'm over here. I'm getting my refund at the same time. But should we be worried? Remember, we got that crazy in-shape picture of Nick Diaz way back. And you know, it's going around. And they're like the new picture. They're like, oh, man, what happened? Then you got Josh Thompson talking about, by the way, if y'all up in here, man, please hit the like button, man, baby. I've been up in this thing, putting the work in, doing what we do. We're trying to have fun, Fluence boxing. If you ain't hit the like button, doesn't make no sense. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, don't make no sense. They better give me my refund. I need my damn refund. Give me my refund. But should we be worried, y'all, man? Should this be worrisome when it comes to the striking side of the game on Nick Diaz, or do you guys think this is something that he's always done? This is the position he's always been in. This is the things he's always been a part of. This ain't nothing new. Robbie Lawler, he's at the same age as Nick Diaz. Why should we be worried, even though he's been in the game longer and Nick's been out for long? Is there anything we should, what do we expect to see for 5 rounds? He's coming back to a 5-round fight, y'all. He ain't coming back to a 3-round fight, 2-round fight. Right, he's coming back to a 5-round fight. I know I keep saying it, man, but that's astonishing to me. So, and see, that's Nick. See, he and that's Nick. That's Nick, by the way. But yeah, he don't. It's just the fluidity of it wasn't looking the best. You know what I'm saying? Like the fluidity of it, man. Like, but you know, you can see he's training hard, man. You can tell he's putting in the work. He's training hard, man. He's ready to do what he's supposed to do. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Bow. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess, if you a true fan, if you always watch it, he's always, looked a little bit awkward when it came to his shadow box and how he worked. Just like Nick Diaz looks the same way on the pads, all that type of stuff. Um, so I know I'm not making too big of a deal out of this. I'm being over exaggerating. I'm talking. I know what I'm being on. I am. You have to be a little bit worried about the weight change at the last minute, with it still being 5 rounds. Robbie Lawler's a beast, man. At this point, we haven't seen Nick in the ring, in the octagon for a while. So, you know, it is what it is. I feel like I'm just being respectful. This is how I feel about it. I don't mean no disrespect in the slightest. I'm just saying from the bottom of my heart and what I see. You know what I'm saying? So let's real quick. Let's go back. Let's finish this up. I'm not gonna be on here much longer. Let's finish this joint up. We're gonna go to Valentina Shevchenko. Where's Lauren Murphy? That's gonna be another fight that I think Valentina Shevchenko. Whereas Lauren Murphy is gonna fall there right within the Curtis Blades versus Jed Rosenstruik fight, where Shevchenko. I'm leaning toward that being more of a boring fight, just because I think Shevchenko is just on a whole nother level. Unless something crazy happens, which will make it the fight of the night. Shevchenko's probably gonna just the levels on that fight. Like I said, I don't do predictions to the night of the fight, but the levels on that fight makes that fight and to be probably the least exciting fight of all these fights I've been talking about. Curtis Blades probably versus Rosenstruck will come in right behind it. There's a possibility Lawler versus Diaz might happen, because we might see two guys past their prime, out there just trying to make sure they make it home to their families. So we'll talk about it at the end, but and then we got Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. I think it's a lot closer than a lot of people, think, or expect it to be. I think that's gonna be a very enjoyable fight. I can't wait for that one. I don't think there's no way that fight can be boring. I expect that fight to be amazing. So that's a run through of all the fights that are happening in the model. Remember, I'm gonna be here tomorrow, Fluence Lounge. And if you want me to be real, man, I think the Anthony Joshua versus Usyk card, I think that has so much potential in it, and I don't think there's many ways that you can go wrong watching that card. So make sure y'all join me for that Fluence Lounge. We there tomorrow. Y'all hit that like button if y'all hit the like button tonight. By the way, hit the like button. It's right there. Subscribe to the channel. So we're gonna be there for that. And then also, I think the Ortega versus Volkanovski card, when I start watching, I think it has potential to possibly be a bummer. I don't want it to be that way, but I can see it possibly coming out to be somewhat of a boring card, even though it's stacked, because you know how those goes. But I'm still excited, and we're gonna be there for it. But I don't want to speak nothing bad on it, because I want to enjoy both of them. I want to have a great Saturday, and I want it to be fluenced out. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody. Salute the people, salute to you, Zen. I appreciate you being up in here, man. Anyone who's in right now, man, hit the like button if you ain't hit it before we get up out of here, man. Give me the algorithm, man. And if you haven't checked out the song, go check out Black Goose Fridays. Start. They join this fire, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of the greatness. Tomorrow we got Fluence now. Sunday we got Fluence and Zen podcast, and we got Fluence Sundays. You already know we hit you with all the content when it comes to this YouTube channel. And I've been seeing it. I've been seeing y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I've been seeing y'all. I've been watching the analytics. Y'all showing love. Y'all showing support. So I appreciate y'all. That's why I'm hyped to keep coming out here and trying to give y'all new content, because I seen y'all respond. So we here. We're doing it, and we're trying to give y'all good content, not just bullshit. Like, so salute. So salute, and be part of the gang. Cause we're gonna do it the way it's supposed to be, man. Blessings, love to all of y'all, man. I hope your families is healthy and thriving. I hope your thought process is beautiful and loving, and I hope y'all doing the best y'all can to just, make sure y'all at the peak of where you need to be, and as happy as possible. So blessings. Tomorrow, salute. Join me for Fluence Lounge. Appreciate y'all being here for Fluence Boxing for the first episode. Means gonna keep coming hard. Once again, if y'all hit the like button, hit the like button. Be part of the gang. Hit the broadcast. Hit the broadcast. Hit the subscribe button. I'm about to here, man. I can't wait for the fight tomorrow. Much love.